Hello, my friends. Today we have another easy answer video for the 128 civics questions for the U.S. Citizenship test. Let's take it nice and slow today. I'll go in order and repeat the questions and answers 2 times. Now, please be sure you are studying the correct questions. The 2025 version of the Naturalization Civics Test is for people who file Form N400 on or after October 20th, 2025. Okay. Now, the 2025 Naturalization Civics Test is still an oral test. The USCIS officer will ask you to answer up to 20 of the 128 civics test questions. You must answer 12 questions correctly in order to pass the 2025 version of the civics test. Okay? Ask questions below. In the meantime, let's get started. What is the form of government of the United States? Republic. What is the supreme law of the land? The U.S. Constitution. Name one thing the U.S. Constitution does. Forms the government. The U.S. Constitution starts with the words, "We the people." What does "we the people" mean? Self-government. How are changes made to the U.S. Constitution? Amendments. What does the Bill of Rights protect? The basic rights of Americans. How many amendments does the Constitution have? 27. Why is the Declaration of Independence important? It says all people are created equal. What founding document said the American colonies were free from Britain? The Declaration of Independence. Name 2 important ideas from the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. Equality and liberty. The words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are in what founding document? The Declaration of Independence. What is the economic system in the United States? Capitalism. What is the rule of law? Everyone must follow the law. Many documents influence the U.S. Constitution. Name one. The Declaration of Independence. There are 3 branches of government. Why? Checks and balances. Name the 3 branches of government. Congress, President, and the courts. The President of the United States is in charge of which branch of government? The executive branch. What part of the federal government writes laws? Congress. What are the 2 parts of the U.S. Congress? The Senate and House of Representatives. Name one power of the U.S. Congress. Writes laws. How many U.S. senators are there? 100. How long is a term for a U.S. senator? 6 years for a senator. Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now? How many voting members are in the House of Representatives? 435. How long is a term for a member of the House of Representatives? 2 years. Why do U.S. representatives serve shorter terms than U.S. senators? To more closely follow public opinion. How many senators does each state have? 2 senators per state. Why does each state have 2 senators? Equal representation for small states. Name your U.S. representative here or ask us below. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? Mike Johnson. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? Citizens of their state. Who elects U.S. Senators? Citizens from their state. Now, who does a member of the House of Representatives represent? Citizens in their district. Who elects members of the House of Representatives? Citizens from their district. Some states have more representatives than other states. Why? Because they have more people. The President of the United States is elected for how many years? 4 years for President. The President of the United States can serve only 2 terms. Why? To keep the President from becoming too powerful. What is the name of the President of the United States now? Donald Trump. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? J.D. Vance. If the President can no longer serve, who becomes President? The Vice President. Name one power of the President. Signs bills into law. Who is the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military? The President. Who signs bills to become laws? The President of the United States. Who vetoes bills? The President. Who appoints federal judges? The President. The executive branch has many parts. Name one. The President. What does the President's cabinet do? Advises the President. What are 2 cabinet-level positions? Attorney General and Vice President. Why is the Electoral College important? It decides who is elected president. What is one part of the judicial branch? The Supreme Court. What does the judicial branch do? Reviews laws. What is the highest court in the United States? The Supreme Court. How many seats are on the Supreme Court? 9 seats. How many Supreme Court justices are usually needed to decide a case? 5. How long do Supreme Court justices serve? For life. Supreme Court justices serve for life. Why? To be independent of politics. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? John Roberts is the Chief Justice. Name one power that is only for the federal government. To print paper money. Name one power that is only for the states. To give a driver's license. What is the purpose of the 10th Amendment? It states that the powers not given to the federal government belong to the states or to the people. Who is the governor of your state now? What is the capital of your state? There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them. Any citizen can vote. Who can vote in federal elections, run for federal office, and serve on a jury in the United States? Citizens. What are 3 rights of everyone living in the United States? Freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? The United States. Name 2 promises that new citizens make in the Oath of Allegiance. To be loyal to the United States and to obey the laws of the United States. How can people become U.S. citizens? To naturalize. What are 2 examples of civic participation in the United States? To vote and run for office. What is one way that Americans can serve their country? Vote. Why is it important to pay federal taxes? Required by law. It is important for all men age 18 through 25 to register for the Selective Service. Name 1 reason why. It's required by law. The colonists came to America for many reasons. Name 1. Freedom. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? American Indians. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves? Africans. What war did the Americans fight to win independence from Britain? The American Revolution. Name 1 reason why the Americans declared independence from Britain. High taxes. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? July 4th, 1776. The American Revolution had many important events. Name 1. The Declaration of Independence. There were 13 original states. Name 5. New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire, North Carolina, South Carolina. What founding document was written in 1787? The U.S. Constitution. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name 1 of the writers. James Madison. Why were the Federalist Papers important? They helped people understand the U.S. Constitution. Benjamin Franklin is famous for many things. Name 1. U.S. diplomat. George Washington is famous for many things. Name 1. George Washington is the father of our country. Thomas Jefferson is famous for many things. Name 1. Thomas Jefferson, the writer of the Declaration of Independence. James Madison is famous for many things. Name 1. James Madison was one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. Alexander Hamilton is famous for many things. Name 1. He was one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. Alexander Hamilton. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Louisiana. Name 1 war fought by the United States in the 1800s. The Civil War. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. The Civil War. The Civil War had many important events. Name 1. Lincoln was assassinated. Abraham Lincoln is famous for many things. Name 1. Freed the slaves. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? freed the slaves. What U.S. war ended slavery? The Civil War. What amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are U.S. citizens? The 14th Amendment. When did all men get the right to vote? After the Civil War. Name one leader of the women's rights movement in the 1800s. Name Susan B. Anthony. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. World War I. Why did the United States enter World War I? To support the Allied powers. When did all women get the right to vote? After World War I. What was the Great Depression? It was the longest economic recession in modern history. When did the Great Depression start? During the Great Crash, 1929. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? Franklin Roosevelt. Why did the United States enter World War II? To support the Allied powers. Dwight D. Eisenhower is famous for many things. Name one. He was a general during World War II. Eisenhower. Who was the United States' main rival during the Cold War? Russia. During the Cold War, what was one main concern of the United States? Communism. Why did the United States enter the Korean War? To stop the spread of communism. Why did the United States enter the Vietnam War? To stop the spread of communism. What did the Civil Rights Movement do? It fought to end racial discrimination. Martin Luther King Jr. is famous for many things. Name one. He fought for civil rights. Why did the United States enter the Persian Gulf War? To force the Iraqi military from Kuwait. What major event happened on September 11, 2001 in the United States? Terrorists attacked the United States. Name one U.S. military conflict after the September 11, 2001 attacks. The war in Iraq. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Crow. Name one example of an American innovation. The light bulb. What is the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C. Where is the Statue of Liberty? New York. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Because there were 13 original colonies. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Because there are 50 states. What is the name of the national anthem? The Star-Spangled Banner. The nation's first motto was E pluribus unum. What does that mean? We all become one. What is Independence Day? The country's birthday. Name 3 national U.S. holidays. So New Year's Day, Thanksgiving Day, and Independence Day. What is Memorial Day? It's a holiday to honor soldiers who died in military service. That's Memorial Day. What is Veterans Day? Veterans Day is a holiday to honor people in the U.S. military. And there we go. We did it. All 128 civics questions and answers for the 2025 version of the U.S. naturalization test. Thank you.